Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to ISKCON of Sacramento Bhagavatam Bites. Today our topic is what is religion? According to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, everyone should understand God and relationship with God and act accordingly. Then it is perfect religion. This is his definition of religion. How do we understand God? There are bona fide scriptures such as Bhagavad Gita, Quran, and Bible that are meant for us to understand God. And there are some unique aspects to Bhagavad Gita that we'll discuss today. That it offers a scientific method for understanding God and our relationship with Him. Scientific method is defined to consist of two components. First, it consists of a principle or a law, and the principle or the law is validated based on systematic evidence. For example, the principle of the law can be something like water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Yes, and we can validate that by testing it in our house in the lab. And it's a sure and easy process. Well, what does it mean? Is Gita a scientific process? And how is it? And what is the evidence? Before we understand Gita, if it's a scientific process, let's understand what evidences are needed. There are different types of evidences, and we must understand some truths are self evident. That means they do not require external proof. For example, emotions that are very relevant and important to us human beings, such as I am happy, I'm afraid, I'm hungry, I'm disappointed, I'm frustrated. These emotions do not require any validation. In other words, we do not need to go to a lab to make sure that we are hungry and then we eat food. These are all self evident, and we cannot be convinced even by numerous research to prove that this person is not hungry or he doesn't have such an emotion. And this self evident truth is actually the strongest evidence and is the most useful evidence. And Krishna applies this concept of the self evident truth that can be realized by any individual in his teachings in the Bhagavad Gita. For example, here Krishna explains the essence and the essential principle of Bhagavad Gita in 18th chapter. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. And this is one of the most fundamental principles of not just Bhagavad Gita. It's also explained in the Quran and the Bible how one must solely depend on the Supreme Lord for his protection, as he is the primary provider and the benefactor for all human beings. Beyond these principles, Krishna also explains how one can realize the protection and the gifts offered by the Lord simply by chanting the holy names. The holy names are described as not anything different from the Supreme Lord Himself. For example, in Garuda Purana it says, if one chants the holy name of the Lord, even in a helpless condition or without desiring to do so, all the reactions of his sinful life depart. Just as when a lion roars, all the small animals flee in fear. This beautiful concept of chanting the holy name is not just unique to the Vedas. It is also explained by Jesus Christ when he says, hallowed be thy name. Matthew 6:9. He shows us that the name of God is consecrated, it is holy. God's name is not merely transcendent and mysterious, it is intimate and personal and interpersonal. This Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The 16 names destroy all the inauspiciousness of the age of Kali. This is the conclusion of all the Vedas, Kali Santarana Upanishad from Krishna Yajurveda. In conclusion, the transcendental teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and chanting of the holy names of the Lord is the best scientific process. This evidence is not anywhere outside but lies inside in our heart. As we move from a state of fearfulness to fearlessness, from a state of anxiety to relief, we can just validate the process and remain firmly fixed in this process and understand the self evident truth. This process has been tested and realized to be the most beneficial process by sages and saints for thousands of years. I humbly request you all to attempt this simple and easy process of chanting the holy name and validate for yourself the greatest result, the result of greatest satisfaction and happiness due to association with our dearest loving Supreme Lord. This transformation is the perfect religion. Thank you all for your time and kind attention. Hare Krishna.